The Rise and Fall of Nokia, a story of innovation and tragedy. In the quiet town of Tampere, Finland, a young entrepreneur named Frederick Idestam founded a paper mill by the banks of the Nokianverta River in 1865. Little did he know that his humble business would one day evolve into one of the most dominant forces in mobile technology. The Golden Era. For over a century, Nokia transitioned from paper production to rubber, then to telecommunications. By the 1980s, it had become a leader in mobile phone technology, and by the early 2000s, Nokia was unstoppable. Its iconic phones, like the Nokia 3310 and the N series, became cultural symbols of durability and reliability. By 2007, Nokia controlled over 50% of the global mobile phone market. It was a giant, and no one seemed capable of bringing it down. The company's headquarters in Espoo, Finland, buzzed with innovation. Engineers and designers worked day and night, confident that Nokia would always lead the way.
Turning.
But something happened that year, something that would change the course of technology forever. A man named Steve Jobs stepped onto a stage in California and introduced the iPhone. While many dismissed it as a luxury gadget, a few visionaries inside Nokia saw the writing on the wall. Nokia had a chance to react. They had developed an advanced smartphone operating system called Symbian, but it was clunky and outdated. The company hesitated, trapped in its own bureaucracy. Engineers suggested shifting to touchscreens, but executives scoffed, believing that physical keyboards were here to stay. Then came Android, an open source system that allowed other companies to innovate rapidly. Samsung, HTC, and others began eating into Nokia's market share. The walls were closing in, but Nokia still had a chance, if only it could adapt. The fall. In 2011, Nokia made a desperate gamble. It abandoned Symbian and partnered with Microsoft, adopting Windows Phone as its primary operating system. The result? A disaster. Windows Phone was late to the market, lacked essential apps, and struggled to attract developers. Meanwhile, Apple and Android soared. By 2013, Nokia was in crisis. The once mighty empire was now bleeding billions. That year, in a move that shocked the world, Nokia sold its mobile division to Microsoft for $7.2 billion. The company that had once connected a billion people had fallen. At the farewell speech, Nokia's CEO Stephen Alop stood before his employees and said, "We didn't do anything wrong, but somehow we lost." Some wept. Others watched in silence. The dream was over. The aftermath. Nokia didn't disappear entirely. It shifted to network infrastructure, developing 5G technology, and licensing its name to other manufacturers. But it was never the same. Today, the Nokia brand still exists on some smartphones, but the magic of the past is gone. The fall of Nokia wasn't due to a lack of intelligence or talent. It was a failure to adapt, a cautionary tale of what happens when even the greatest companies ignore the winds of change. And so, Nokia, a titan of the past, became a legend, a reminder that in technology, even giants can fall.